Morning. It's up and at it fairly early to try and beat the wind, and it's quite drafty already, but I've got a tank of spray to do, some foliar feed, and I just envisaged that it won't be a lot of dew this morning. But I've got it totally wrong. Everything's piss wet through, so that's a no-no. But old flag's ready for replacing. It's one of them cheap flags off internet. We put it up a week before the Queen died, funny enough. And then eyes have bust off it and it's in terrible state, but my bedroom's there. And occasionally, you know, you get up and look at wind and how strong it is and which direction, and sort of plan your day from while you're putting your socks on, sort of thing. But yeah, quite fresh though. There's quite a bite in the air, as though spring's here but winter's coming back. I don't know what forecast is. I think today's very good, where we got quite a bit drilled in last day too. In fact, we're quite caught up. We're getting there. We've got some real heavy horrible land to do today, which is dried out unbelievably in them windy sunny days. But spraying wise, I've got a little bit behind. But I could just do with 3 or 4 days, nice days, just to get caught up. Because timings are right with crops, you see. So anyway, it is what it is. Getting very short on straw. Christ, I don't know where it's going. I know where it's going, but we just seem to be going through it as though the straw, with it being so dry last year, and the straw was that brittle and it's just going nowhere. So, I mean, there's that left. We've got plenty. There's that left, and then there's oddments all over. There's still a fair sheep outside, what we keep nibbling at, a lot of rape straw. Yeah, there's a big heap of straw there. We ain't got the rats. I'm afraid there won't be a ratting video this year. We just ain't got them. Kept on top of them this year. I mean, we're catching odd one in our trap, and my dad's poisoning religiously. But we aren't getting many at all, really. There's no signs of them. Even if I come out stupid early, yeah, there's no signs of them running about. Which is good, but bad for the people who are relying on a bit of sport, because bloody hell, I had a guest list. I had a guest list for lads and lasses with terriers to come and catch a few rats, but anyway, not this year. Yeah, a bit bloody pissed off about that. Got myself up really early and out and about, thinking I'll just get a tank of foliar feed done and then swap onto Roundup. There's some more maize land to clean up. Got a lot of wicks and ryegrass in it, and all your volunteer stuff, and some broadleaf. I'd have had a right kill, but if I don't get it done by 10 o'clock today, them 2 jobs, I won't get outdone, because it'll be blowing a gale like. But that's good for one thing, because we've got some heavy land and it's drying out all the time. But not good for spraying. It's starting to show a lot of interest in cattle. As in, yeah, if they poke their head through, it'll bloody go for them and move them back. I think it'll become a good dog, but it's just we've got not a lot of control over it at the moment, because it's that headstrong. Hey, Willa. Yeah, a bad dog here. But she's grown though, and she can run like a bloody greyhound, can't you? She's very funny with people though. She's like, some people she don't like my dad. She'll just stand and bark and growl at my dad, and he kneels down and tries and encourages her to it, but no, I don't like him. So yeah, hello. Get back, he says. That's my grub. What a beautiful morning. Anybody who don't get a chance to sort of see this time of day, or in the countryside, I mean, it's something special, isn't it? Yeah, a soppy bugger, but I just hate cities. I mean, went to a couple of days ago. I went on my jollies. Well, not jollies, just went for a bit of a ride about really, and a couple of days off. Ended up in Bristol. Bristol. I went to Bristol when I was a kid. I'd be in my late teens, early 20s, to motocross show. And I just had it in my head that it was a beautiful city. Well, I was shocked, you know. Yeah, quite shocked. There's now just with no graffiti on, you know, they've just spray painted everything. So yeah, I was a bit shocked of Bristol, but yes, but you speak to city people, and they don't. Oh, you live in country now. What's happening? You know. That was weird to me. Aren't people so different? But anyway, yeah, the world's changing, isn't it? Christ, I've just been on watching news and one thing and another, and everybody's wowing about and having no money, but they're all walking around with their Costa coffees, with their iPhone 58 or whatever it is nowadays in their pocket, going out for meals, going to the farm shop, going to bloody going to pub. You know, no one seems to be easing back to me. I don't know, running around in their brand new cars. You know, I think there's becoming a massive divide between real poverty and the people at the top. People who are doing really well are making a fortune, and I think a lot of it's profiteering. I think a lot of people have made a lot of money out of this COVID job. You know, sort of scaremongered thing into absolute short supply and made massive profits over it. Anyway, that's my opinion, but I'm going to rant on. But my opinion, all this striking though, people ought to just get on and toughen up. I've just stood in where the Horsh avatar drilled that corn, and it hadn't really emerged properly yet. In fact, there was knout a couple of days ago, and look at that now. And even in the paddle bits where it was sort of touch and go whether Chris should have pulled out or not, it's really good. Like, I'm gonna keep showing you the growth stage, but look at that. That is something else, and I mean, it's just found the contour of the land and everything. And I tell you what, this isn't a sponsor for, this isn't nothing to do with Horsh. I mean, look, my mate at bloody Seward's, Class Eastern, he says, I says to him, I says, can I try one at drills? And he says, yeah, we'll bring our demo down. And I'll give a proper review, and I tell you what, if it's shit, I won't say it, I won't show you it. But this is brilliant. Look at that. Look at it. You know, there's still thousands and thousands of seeds to come up yet. But yeah, very, very pleased. And I tell you what, it was a testing here, because most people have said, bloody hell, don't bother going in there, because you'll just make a mess. It's totally undisturbed it, and it's coming fantastic. And remember, it pissed it down the day after. It pissed it down all day when we were drilling, and then it pissed it down all night, and then it rained 2 or 3 days, and it was wet, where I was thinking, Christ almighty, this is gonna just drown in its slot. But look at it. Fantastic. And I think it's the coulter to have. I just think it's if you're off down that direct drill route, don't even think about, well, I'm not saying now, because there maybe is other ones, but I'm very impressed with that. I really am. If anybody wants to come and have a look, you know, just give us a quick ring and call in. But a little bit pissed off with these blackgrass plants coming. I'm not happy with glyphosate this year. It just didn't seem to all it as good as it should. Look, there's a massive bed of blackgrass here. In fact, I might spray this out. This will have to come spring corn 2 or 3 times. But the bloody chemical didn't work as good as the Roundup didn't cane it as good as I wanted to. In fact, some of them quite a few were wild oats, which we can take out anyway. But she's photobombing again. But yeah, all in all, barley good. I'd just like to say thank you very much for all the advice you gave me, and don't be offended if I don't reply to your comments, because well, my spelling ain't brilliant. Even spell checker loses track of my spelling, and it's time, innit? And you know, it takes a lot of time doing the videos, never mind answering all questions, but I do read them all and I appreciate them all, but so don't be offended. Yeah, thanks for all advice about the guidance. There is some nice good stuff out there, a bit dated, like your steering wheel stuff, even them things, what the Trimble EZ is it, 250, what you clip the you've got like a steering wheel winder, and you bracket it on and clip it to your and it steers it with a little rubber steering thing, that looked a good, just for a spreader, because it's just all we need is, we don't need accurate on sprayer, that accurate, we need to be accurate to what, 4 or 5 inch. So if anybody's got a second hand for sale, give us a shout. Failing that, if that don't come tonight, I'm just going to go buy a new one, I think. And then we're thinking of, me and Old spoke about it yesterday, rigging Ollie's up with his 650 up with some guidance. I mean, yes, every subscription's to pay for, but once you've had it, you just don't want to go back, do you? You know, and you could probably say years ago, everyone says when it first came out, well, I don't want that, you know. Takes skill out of tractor driving, but it does a bit, I suppose. But it gives you a chance to sort of do other things, like look at what's going on around you, and one thing and another. And I think you are as knackered at the end of the day. That barley looks well. That suffered with eelworm or frostly or manganese. That really does look well.